Okay, here's what we talked about in Symbols with Math. I asked you to read the two paragraphs and to come up with some things that you noticed, and you can pause the video and write those down, and then you can continue the video and I'll go over what we came up with in class. So in the first paragraph we decided that instead of repeating John and the items, we could just, English has come up with the fact that we can use pronouns to replace what we're talking about. For the second paragraph, again, we use numbers. We've come up with symbols that represent numbers, and so instead of taking 100, 2 tens, 3 ones, we would just write this as 123 plus 234, and that equals 357. So this is a shortened way right here. This is a shortened way of writing this paragraph right here. Okay, so to go on with that, if I were to write, let me get a smaller pen here. If I were to write this, she gave it to him. What would be the problem with this particular statement? And again, you can pause the video and then write down what you think is wrong, and then I'll go over it. Well, she gave it to him. First of all, our problem is that we don't know who she is. We don't know what the it is, and we don't know who he is. So in this particular case, we don't have enough information. The same thing in math. If I were to say x plus y equals x plus z, we don't have enough information to know what x, y, and z are. We would have to give it some sort of meaning, because it could be animals, it could be people, but if we were going to write this statement, we would also have to say x, y, and z are, in this case we can just say any numbers. Okay. Alright, so basically what we're saying is we can't have too little information, which means that we have to do what is called quantification of symbols. Okay, so this is called quantification of symbols. We need to identify or define what symbols in math are going to mean. So we have to have quantification of symbols. So now let's talk about what those symbols mean. So I gave you in class this simple equation, 5 plus 3 equals 8, and I asked you, what do each of these mean? And basically the 5 means a quantity of 5 that we have come up with. The plus means that we are going to add it. The 3 is another quantity. The equal sign means that it's equal, and 8 is another quantity. Okay? But what do the plus sign and the equal sign really mean? And in order to prove this, what is equals? What does equal mean? Because I asked you in class, is 5 plus 3 equal to 8? And everybody said yes. But then I also asked, what if someone were to say, no, they are not equal? And basically someone could say, well, 5 plus 3 does not look the same as 8. Only 8 looks like 8. So how do we know that this particular statement right here, 5 plus 3, is the same as 8? Well, we used number lines. So let me go ahead and go to another one. 5 plus 3 equals 8. So I asked you to draw a number line. And since we've already talked about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll number it. We drew a number 0 to 5, and we stated that this is a length of 5. Then we also drew another length of 3. And in order to show 5 plus 3, we needed to move our line segment of 3 so that it is called what we call concatenated. And I'll spell that out. So this is concatenate. Alright, so we took the line that was 3 and we just moved it because this is still a quantity of 3. It doesn't matter where it is on the number line. We can define it as 0 to 3. That's our line length, but it doesn't matter where in the number line that we put it. So we've concatenated to 5, and unfortunately I don't have enough room, but let me draw a number line that means the same thing. Remember, this is a line length from 0 to 8. So what happens is, if you were to put all these lines on top of each other, it's going to end up at this point. And I'll just draw it just so you can see it. But this is the point. Oops. This is the point on the number line, which is 8. And so now we have proven that the concatenation of 5 and 3 is the same as 8. Then the last thing we talked about is if we had a number line. Six, and let's say we number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had a line segment that I say is 2, and I add another line segment that is 3, why is this not showing addition? So I wanted you to come up with a reason why this particular example right here, why is it not 5? And then your homework you can find on the website was just to come up with, based on what we've talked about, what is a definition of addition, what does it mean to be equals, and if I want you to at least try to come up with a definition of subtraction. Okay, and that's it.